Hello there, and welcome to this video, where we're going to take a look at the difference between a spirit and a soul. My name is Mikael, and for about 7 years ago, I found myself deeply questioning everything around me. I was questioning the nature of reality, what I've been taught, who I am, and what I want. And that put me on a quest to rediscover myself, to redefine my reality. And relatively quickly, I came across the concept of a spirit and a soul. And I recognized that I couldn't understand the difference. And for the past 7 years, I have integrated an understanding which I'm going to share with you in this video. So I'm going to bring up a little whiteboard here to illustrate the understanding. So, everything is consciousness, and that includes you and me and everything that we see. Consciousness is that ungraspable self, which we cannot grasp with our minds, so therefore it's infinite. Spirit and soul are different perspectives of consciousness. And from this perspective, consciousness is this whiteboard. And when consciousness localizes into an eternal part of itself as light, the light is the spirit, which is the witnessing aspect of consciousness. And that which contains the light is the soul, which perceives limitations onto reality. It's that aspect which creates containers for form to form in reality. And the spirit, the witnessing aspect, is that shape-shifting aspect of consciousness, which is an ever-changing aspect which create the animations of what we see, that makes us able to move and perceives changes. So that is one aspect of spirit and soul. One perspective. Another is when we view it from the Newtonian perspective, where Newton demonstrated when he shot light through a prism. And the light, the pure white light, is the spirit from this perspective. And the prism is the soul. And when the light passes through the prism, it refracts into 7 colors, which are the chakras, which is states of mind. And when consciousness forgets itself in these states of mind, it limits itself into an ego, which is a survival mechanism that identified with a certain aspect of itself, a certain state of mind. From another perspective, we can view spirit and soul from the perspective of a trinity, a triangle here. And that is, the top here is the witnessing aspect, which is the spirit. And the spirit, witnessing aspect of consciousness, I'm typing it here also, witness. It's a witnessing mind. And it's witnessing the dualities of realities. It's witnessing the polarity. And one side of that is the soul, which is that part of us that perceives a shared mind, which means it's a mind that recognizing that which is in me is within you. Consciousness, the source that is in me, is in you. And the other side is the ego, which is a separated mind. Which is there to sustain its form. It's a survival mechanism of consciousness, and consciousness is everything. So I'm gonna take you to another perspective of the human body. So I'm gonna draw a human body here. Hopefully it's gonna be beautiful. Beautiful. So the human body, and yeah, let's begin with the soul here, which is the container, which is the aura here, and the spirit is fueling the soul with light, which creates, when spirit gets filtered through the perception of the soul, it creates colors. And the ego is that part of consciousness that divides, it separates. So it creates a torus field here, as you can see. So one side is the aspect which perceives, just like in our brain, we have a logical brain and abstract brain. And we can see it as a masculine and feminine brain. And that is what we have, this either side, one side has, and the other side is. And the seat of the soul is the third eye, the higher self, which is the intuition, the sixth sense, the imagination, which filters and perceives all the information that the spirit and soul gathered. And this seat of the soul do the dance between the logical and abstract side, which becomes an intuition, perception, where we view reality from our higher self. And that's why when we meditate, we usually focus on this spot between the eyebrows, which is the third eye, which is our sixth sense that goes into the abstract, the logical, and from the abstract to logical, in order to make sense of this reality. And from another perspective, as the body, we can see the body having subsets of souls, which is atoms. And our bodies is made up of atoms. They are everywhere. And they are also in physical reality, absolutely in every object from this perspective. And these atoms is when consciousness has fallen asleep to itself. So it's a soul which is just an object to itself. And this soul, when it evolves into cells, which can now start to relate and have some sort of a purpose in this universe, this body. And when it evolves further, it becomes organs, and eventually it becomes the whole body. And when the soul recognizes itself as the whole body, the whole universe here, it starts to be able to perceive a reality outside of itself, which get informed of this aura, which always reflects back to itself what it perceives, what it's about, which state of mind it holds. So yeah, this is a perspective of spirit and soul, and consciousness and ego, of course. So I hope this was interesting for someone. If you're still there, I guess it was interesting. And if you yourself have a perspective on spirit and soul, I would love to see it in the comment section below and share I would really enjoy it. And if you enjoyed certain aspects, certain perspective on the spirit and soul, please leave a comment about the insights you have and much more. And if you like the video, please like it and subscribe. And I see you in the next one. Bye.